I'm Jamie Hooper with Remax Crest and jamiehooper.com, and today we're going to talk about the 5 things you know to get your home sold in 2020. Price, 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 and price. So no matter what the market conditions are, whether the market is moving along at warp speed or the market is really quiet, the number one thing that you have to remember to get your home sold is price it properly. The 2 critical pieces of information you need to get your home priced properly are, number 1, you need to have all of the comparable sales in your neighborhood for the last 90 days, if the market conditions stay as current as they are, if the market conditions stay the same as they are right now. So what you would do is you would get your Greater Vancouver realtor to bring you over all of the comparable homes that have sold in your neighborhood. Not the homes that are for sale. People can ask whatever they want for their home. You need to know what people have actually cut a check for and paid money for. So that's the number 1 thing you need to know. The second thing you need to know are the current market conditions. Is it a balanced market? Is it a buyer's market? Or is it a seller's market? And your Greater Vancouver real estate agent will be able to go over that with you as well and explain those things to you. Once you've gathered all of this information, and you've come down to a price. Let's say the home is, all of the comparable sales have sold between 1.4 million and 1.5 million. Odds are your home is going to be worth somewhere in between the 1.4 and 1.5, unless there is something extraordinarily good about your home or unless there is something extraordinarily bad about your property. So you and your Vancouver realtor have now decided that your home is worth 1.45 million. So what you want to do then is decide what is the proper asking price, and that'll kind of depend on what the market conditions are. So if it is a seller's market and the last home sold at 1.5 million, you may even be able to list it a little higher than that, because in a seller's market, prices tend to rise during a period of time. If it's a balanced market and prices are staying flat, well, there's no point pricing your house higher than the last one sold. It's probably going to sell around the same price as the last one sold. And in a buyer's market, if the prices are declining, well, you're probably going to want to sell it a little below where the last one sold to get your property sold on time. At any given time, I estimate, and this is even in a really hot market, at any given time, I estimate there are about 80% of the houses listed for sale are overpriced. And what that is, that gives you a real advantage when you're trying to get your home sold. So what does that mean? It means that pricing, again, is the most critical thing. When you go to sell your home, you can have all the greatest marketing in the world. You can have it on social media 24 hours a day, and you can have ads in newspapers and this and that. If you don't have it priced properly, your house isn't going to sell. The dangers of overpricing, and what I mean by that, let me give you a quick example. So let's say the last house that is comparable to you sold for 1.4 million, and you list your house, which is pretty much identical to that one, for 1.6 million. You have immediately set yourself up for failure, and you can't succeed. And the reason for that is that you are not going to measure up. Let's say a buyer goes and looks at 5 houses in a day, and they're all listed around 1.6 million in that vicinity. So they go look at the first 4, and they're all worth, around that price, the value of them's there. And then they come and look at yours, you don't measure up. You got a great house for 1.4 million, but when you try and get 1.6 million for it, your house isn't that great. I always like to use a racehorse analogy for any of you horse racing fans. Let's say your horse is great when it runs for $25,000 purses and it wins fairly regularly. Well, when you try and move up to class to $50,000 per race and you run against better horses, you don't make anything. So that's kind of an analogy I like to use for people to help them understand. You're going to have the wrong people looking at your house. The people that come to look at your house can afford 1.6 1.6. So the other houses they look at are going to be better than yours. And whereas the people that can afford the 1.4 where your house is going to be priced, they aren't even coming in because they think they can't afford your house. So anyhow, we hope you have a great holiday season. I'm Jamie Hooper with Remax Crest and jamiehooper.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, please make a comment or like it. If you're watching it on Facebook, we invite you to like our page or make a comment there. We look forward to speaking to you again in the new year.